Hey y'all, welcome back to For the Fans Entertainment, where today we are going to break down the latest episode of The Challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies, where this week we saw the Veteran Alliance get put to the test, and we saw a rookie step up and make some big moves, and an interesting challenge. Just kidding, y'all. It's the same that we've been seeing. So, Frank, how are you doing today? What did you think about the episode?
I'm doing good today. I thought this episode was fantastic. The last couple episodes have kind of been a snooze fest unless you're highly invested in Josh and Fessy. So I loved seeing good challenges, good eliminations, rookie La Revolution happening. I love it. Loved all of it.
Yeah, so we are going to get into all of that. If you're joining live with us, make sure you drop us some comments. Let us know your thoughts on the episode and what you think is going to happen now that there's no rookie teams left. And that's something that we're really going to hit on at the end of the episode. So make sure that you comment along. And if you're watching later, drop us your comments. Let us know your thoughts. All right, so the beginning of this episode, we see Devin explain the logic behind what the veterans have been doing.
But first, we got Devin. I really liked the previously on the challenge. He had the two pizzas. That was a awesome Devin moment I thought we had. And then that they've kind of been doing that every episode though previously on the challenge, but that's the top of my previously on was the
I feel
pizza
like
one with
my
Devin.
previously on was CT throwing a football.
Yeah, I had Devin holding two pizzas.
I had CT throwing a football. So I
That's
literally have
weird.
no idea what you're talking about. I wonder if you get Devin previously on.
Yeah, he's like, was it your pizza or mine? I believe is what he said. That's
That
crazy.
was probably the week before.
Did I not erase notes? Am I on last week's notes?
Yeah, I bet that was the week before. I don't remember that from the week before, but it definitely could have been there. But this week it was like CT throwing a football. I feel like.
All right. Dragon Monkey, where are you when we need you?
someone help us. Okay, but I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to check out the Devin with the two pizzas because that sounds funny. Referencing the fight over the Pizzagate. So, but yes, we definitely this episode get Devin explaining the logic behind what the veterans are doing. And this is going to be a big thing this episode.
Yes.
So, do you think their plan so far has been pretty good?
I think so far the plan's gone flawless, just the way they wanted to. The rookies have played into it, like just trying to hold on to a vet for dear life. But as we've been talking about, this episode is the awakening of finally the right rookies are getting power, the ones that are using logic over operating through fear, I think. So this episode, I think we see a lot of good moves from rookies. I think we see some really bad moves from vets too. I think the vets can kind of see that the rookies are rising up, about to rise up, so they try to strong arm them a little bit and like Negan style threaten these people into submission. And as we see later on, it didn't. It kind of backfired. And I have thoughts on that we'll get into later on. Kind of the Ashley. I felt she was the leader behind that.
This was an interesting what are you doing? And I mean, I have a couple times where I wrote down like, whoa, like they don't I mean, obviously TJ's been calling it out for weeks, like, oh, more rookies. But so I mean, it's not like it's been a secret, but how just blatantly they are throwing it around like, oh, this is what we're doing, and I don't even care. So yeah, that was interesting. All right. So these poor rookies though, like they're just not the smartest because we're 8 episodes in, eight eliminations in before we are figuring this out. So okay, sorry. I had a text message. All right. So we get Berna a lot this episode. Berna heavy. So if you're a Berna fan, You were definitely in heaven. But Berna is so hurt by Emmy. Like, she considered Emmy her little sister, and she just cannot get over the fact that 5 minutes before, she had that conversation, and Emmy wasn't going to take Uncle CT from her.
Yeah. We kind of had Nelson, Emmy, giving Emmy a little bit of a lecture. Looked like an upset father. Kind of, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Emmy was your friend, but Emmy's like, no, we're not really friends.
Yeah,
who was she rooting for? Like, I think she called her out on that several times. Like, I'm down there in elimination, and you're rooting for Esther. I don't care. Uncle CT, come on over. And I love Emmy. She doesn't give a fuck. She's got a strong partner, and I think, doesn't care if she has to go back into elimination. I think she is more aligned with the veterans than the rookies.
Yeah. I don't.
Emmanuel. Emmanuel's like her homie, but besides that, I don't think she looks at it as us versus them. She's looking at it, I like this person more than I like this person.
Yeah, we've said all along the veterans have taken Emmy under their wing, and so the first opportunity that she got, and my thing is like, we're still pretty early in the season. Like, these partners are going to get switched up a lot, and so having a partner now really doesn't mean that much. Like, sure, it could be great, but like Manuel and Casey, you're probably not going to stay together. CT and Emmy, there's a great chance you're going to get stolen again. When you're partnered with one of the elites, like, that should be expected that your partner is going to get stolen from you. But during this confrontation, I mean, Nelson is keeping his cool about it. And we've seen him, lose his shit before. So he's not being rude to Emmy in his confrontation. But, he's trying to stand up for his woman. So, like, you got to appreciate that a little bit. He's in love or lust, and he's just trying to defend his woman. So, but Devin steps in and is like, well, you need to hold up because Berna voted for me. And he explains, like, yes, the vote is secret, but you can see the person next to you, and obviously the people standing behind can see the people in front of them. Like, what is the point of even having a secret vote? This is so stupid.
Yeah, I think I said it. Maybe it should have been in a circle. I said that a long time ago, but is it randomly assigned, or is it first come, first serve? Because I'm always going to like the back corner if it's me. That's where I'm.
Yeah, no, I don't. If I don't want people to know who I'm voting for, then I'm not going to be.
I'd be like covering it up, like
how they tell you to like protect your PIN number. Like, I'm going to be, very secretive. So
just pull your shirt over it and just poke your head down in there and make sure.
Yeah, there's things that you can do to protect your vote, okay? But this is obviously setting up this target that is going to be on Berna, and she's not going to be able to escape it. So, anyways, we get a little bit of romance blossoming. We've also called this one, y'all, Manuel and Tori. And Tori is like, yeah, there's just not a lot to complain about Emmanuel. I'm like, that's because Emmanuel is the Romanian version of Jordan. Like, that's why you don't have anything to complain about him for.
The Romanian version of Jordan, you think? I don't think so at all. I think he's like,
hold on, let me go find a graphic.
Well, maybe aesthetically.
Yes, aesthetically.
He's like super chill, happy-go-lucky, fun until he drinks your blood. And Jordan's kind of just a dick. A dick that I respect and I love, but a dick. And Emmanuel's just too chill, I think.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think that he's probably more chill than Jordan, but he definitely, like, aesthetically looks like him. He also I
think they're both badasses.
Yeah, they're both badasses. So, I mean, I think that part of it is definitely on point for what they're used to, what she's used to, what she's obviously attracted to. I'm going to try to work on finding this picture. But I'm not very good at multitasking, so I'll try to find it in a little bit. Yeah.
So do you think the whole skinny dipping in the pool was just all for Emmanuel's attention? Is that all that was for?
No, I think that's Tori. I think she's a free spirit and, you know, for the nipple. Yes, no, I mean, I don't think that was for anyone's attention. I think that there's probably a lot of nudity in the challenge house, and we only get a small little snippet of it. So, yeah, just some people living their best lives. So we'll see what happens. I think that there's more to this story. They're setting it up for us. We're going to get to probably see a little love blossom, though. Do we like Emmanuel and Tori as a couple?
No. Stay away from Emmanuel, Tori.
He's
too great for you to corrupt.
Ooh, corrupt. Okay. Well, we'll see. All right. So this episode is we're 10 episodes in, and they decided, hey, we're going to let y'all get to know all of these rookies this episode. So we get more from Bettina than we've gotten this whole episode. Still nothing, character-wise about her really, but she does get a little bit of screen time. And, her and Priscilla have a conversation of like, hey, we're the only two girls that haven't gone in yet. And, I'm ready, but it would also not be bad if we didn't have to go in.
Yeah, when I was taking notes and I do the outline of what happens throughout the episode, that way if we get lost, I can kind of find out where we're at in the episode. And I couldn't remember her name. So my notes said Priscilla and question mark, and then their discussion. And I had to, later in the episode, I did see her name back there and remembered, oh yeah, that's who was cast.
Really, the only thing we know about Bettina is her laugh, and other than that, that's pretty much it. That's been her character development, which is unfortunate. They've had plenty of time to give us a little bit of story and background on her, but we haven't gotten it yet. So
we just know she's from a small town.
Yeah, she's from a small town. She's doing this for all the small town girls, and okay.
Doing it for the townies.
Yep. I mean, I'm a small town kid myself, so.
Yeah. I think population was 1,900, less than 2,000 in the town I grew up in. Real tiny.
Yeah.
One street through town.
Yeah, same. Same. So, all right. So, let's see what else. We get Amber and her beef with Berna, and that is going to also be kind of a center point of this episode. And Amber is just not liking that Berna is making it personal. Amber's like, I don't know why she has such a problem with me, but it's personal. It's not game related. And we've kind of been speculating, why do they seem to have such a problem with Amber? Because we don't really see it. And I feel like this is the first episode where they've kind of said, yes, it is kind of more of a personal thing of that. Amber talks about last season a lot. She doesn't just do it in her confessionals. She obviously does it in the house too. And people are like, shut the fuck up. We don't care anymore.
Yeah. I think my take on it is the rookies are in this game and it's rookie going. And they see this big fight and all this drama and everything in their brain is probably telling them should be the person that's getting votes from the house to go in because they're the one causing drama and conflict. And then they're like, you're doing. So I think all the rookies, they kind of talk about Amber B and last season and her talking about it and yada yada. But I think it's all just to direct attention on her because she was the one involved in that whole blow up and fight. They're just trying to put the target somewhere else because they think that they can actually pull them out of all that alliance.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that we also get a little bit from the veterans too. We get Casey talking about it very explicitly of hey, I don't give a shit about what happened last season. You won, yay.
Yeah, and Amber B, if you're upset about the comments that Fessy and Casey had last season, definitely don't watch these episodes because they are a lot more blunt about how they feel about her.
Yeah, so she does get a lot of hate. it's a little perplexing. I mean, I can understand being like maybe a little annoyed, like I feel like everybody has that friend that's kind of like a one upper. And maybe it sounds a little bit like that's what Amber is. And, that they always want to talk about what they've done and what they've experienced and how theirs was better, theirs was harder. And you're like, okay, that's enough. But like to have a full on target on this girl over that is just a little crazy. But okay, it is what it is. All right, let's get into the daily challenge, dive bomb. All right, what'd you think about it? I mean, once again, we're detonating some bombs, y'all.
Yeah, I like this one. I felt like it was easy to follow on who was in the lead, who was falling behind. We got to see a couple people really not know how to operate those really cool
Okay.
little. I don't even know what. I've never touched one of those things.
Me
I
either.
really, really want to though.
Yeah,
They
I've never
look
even
amazing.
seen them before. So, like, I thought that part of it was cool. They call them diving jets. So I Googled it. These are fun little contraptions. They just cost a cool $10,000 to $12,000. So no biggie. If you got that lying around, go get you one.
I like that they used these instead of they used jet skis in another episode where they had a driver.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfair to me if you got some random stunt driver driving you around than if you're actually controlling it yourself.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I also thought this puzzle, when I saw the puzzle, I loved it. And it reminds me of a game that I can't even fully unlock that. The old computer game where you have to... Yes!
Where the slime would come through and you had to connect the pipe so that the...
Yeah, the sludge. Yes!
Fall out. Yeah.
I need to find that game because I miss it. It was awesome.
Yeah. So that's exactly what that reminded me of. Just throwing it back to the early 90s.
It was that or Snake.
I thought that the diving jets were cool, but I mean, it's just another reiteration of what we keep seeing. Dive down, get something, bring it back, solve a puzzle. And, it just gets kind of monotonous and just the spy theme again and again. It's getting so old. And so I was underwhelmed by this.
Yeah, but we did get a cool slow motion TJ moment again. So
yeah, I mean, TJ looking like a badass walking in. They're always going to do him service, which is fine because TJ is a really, really cool dude. So
yeah, and I agree with you. The theme stuff, we're over it. We want old fashioned headbangers, pads, dirt piles. But I do appreciate that this challenge, I was able to follow it. It wasn't just montage after montage of people jumping over stuff. So
yeah, so okay, it is what it is. But just I'm underwhelmed by it. And we see a few people, like you said, really, really struggling with this. Jeremiah, he is like lost at sea out there, who knows where, and he's struggling. And then we get Big T, his partner, can't pull herself up on the rope to get the final key. So she's got to come all the way back. Jeremiah has to go all the way back out. This duo is not great.
Yeah, she was so close. You feel so bad for her. I said this to my wife. You can see in her eyes when she gets all these new partners that she looks at them and she's kind of like trying to gauge how depressed they are to be on a team with her. And it's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because I love Big T.
Yeah, I love Big T. I think that Logan would be a great partner for Big T. We saw how he was with Anissa, where he was, even though he was the rookie, he was kind of mentoring towards her and, very encouraging. And, we almost had that with CT last season until CT wasn't. And I mean, I feel like whenever you're not, that you're not the strongest, like, you do have some self-confidence issues and you doubt yourself. And so anything, like you said, if they don't look like they're just, oh yeah, I'm so happy to have Big T as my partner, that just damages her ego a little bit more. And she just really needs someone to just boost her up because she's not the worst overall. I'm sorry, she's not.
No, she's got some heart. And I understand CT. He's on a business trip, so at a certain point he turns on
Yeah.
mission mode. But I do think Logan, they have already got that great chemistry. That would be a good pairing, I think, for her.
Yeah.
Her confidence, and I think if you get her confidence up, she'll perform better.
Yeah. And so in this first heat, we get probably my favorite confessional. It's coming down to Amanda and Kyle and Devin and Amber as to who's going to win heat one. And Amanda has this confessional where she's like, oh my gosh, I hope Kyle's got some brains behind this Botox. And y'all, this girl is just so quick-witted and just savage. I feel like so many of the things that she says are underappreciated because she doesn't make a big deal out of them. She just cuts to the bone.
Yeah, she actually was the front runner in my confessional of the week. It wasn't that confessional, it was another one, but someone came and just stole that away from her.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So we do see Amber and Devin win heat one. Heat two. This is a must win for Berna and Huey, and they both know that their butts are on the line because if they do not win and become the agency, they're going to be going into elimination. Everyone knows it. And they start off like they are shot out of a cannon. Like they know what's on the line and they get their pieces, their keys, they get their pieces out, and they are, they're doing a pretty good job on this puzzle. So
I was shocked that Huey could get his thing to go down because I thought his butt implants would hold him at the surface of the water. So
yeah, you would think that he would float, but he was able to dive down with it.
That's probably why they had the machines, because he couldn't physically swim to the bottom. They needed that.
So there was some controversy. We see Ashley and Josh win heat two, and so I don't know if everyone saw this. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen, but we're going to, as soon as I can find it, I'm going to show where Ashley and Josh should not have won heat two because they actually had a puzzle piece. All right, so as you can see, this person, I can't remember where I got this from on Twitter. Sorry, but you deserve a shout out. This piece two here, should have been flipped. And TJ did not do a great job of checking it. And you can see it on the correct version where it should have been flipped. So they actually did not win this heat. And since Berna and Huey finished it right after them, they should have won heat two. So, whoops.
They probably didn't. Yeah, they probably didn't draw attention to it because at the end of the day, it didn't matter.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter in the long run because we get to heat three, and obviously this heat is kind of loaded. Like we've got some pretty good competitors in this heat, and especially we've got CT, and we know CT kills it in puzzles, and we get to see the first time with the partnership of CT and Emmy. And I love that Emmy knows her role. Emmy is like, I'm pulling these puzzle pieces out and I'm getting them lined up real nice and pretty so Uncle CT can just grab them and throw them on the puzzle board. And she knows her role. Like, you do that part, you let CT do the thing he's good at. This is a sign of a good partnership. I mean, it's something minor, but it's something good. Knowing and anticipating what your partner needs.
Yep, every doctor needs a nurse, and she was right there with the scalpel whenever he needed it. So I thought it was fantastic. One thing that I do want to talk about, I think I would be more invested in these daily challenges if last place had like a penalty like it has in the past. That's one area. And then when they're like listing off the times, like first place, there used to be a lot more, I don't know, invested in that moment when they're listing it all, because you're seeing who's the top, who's the bottom. And I wish they would do more like Big Brother does, where they just reveal all the times. I want to see all the times.
Yeah, and that's something I feel like they've gotten a little bit of heat from in the past, especially like in finals, that they don't show combined times. And it's like, why can't we just know how close it is? I mean, I understand the suspense, like going into the end of it, especially if it's like an absolute blowout. But I mean, even if it's a blowout, we can generally pick up on that as an audience. Like, we're not stupid. And so just show us the times. We want to know. We want to know how long it takes these people. And even in the daily challenges, like, you'll tell us, oh, it came down to, 2 seconds. Well, show us. We want to know the times. So listen up. All right. So CT and Emmy win Heat 3, and they're obviously going to also become the agency as they had the fastest overall time. And we get Salty Berna here. Good job, CT. She's going to give Emmy no credit. Emmy, you didn't have nothing to do with this. That was my partner. I should have been with him. So salty. And you know that it has to hurt a little bit, like, putting salt in the wound, because she knows her and Huey are going to be going down into the elimination with the person that you feel like backstabbed you and your previous partner. So that does hurt a little bit.
Yeah, she's not feeling good right now. I think she feels if it
hurt.
wasn't for Nelson, I think she would be in a real bad place.
Yeah, she feels hurt and betrayed. And I mean, we get such a small snippet of their, time in the house. It's hard to say really what these relationships are, but Berna felt strongly enough about her friendship with Emmy that she does feel betrayed by her. And whether or not she's right in that, that's her feeling. So you can't say that she's wrong necessarily. So.
Yeah, and Turbo's from the same area as her, right?
I'm not exactly sure because I don't even remember where.
I'm pretty sure they both were on Survivor Turkey.
Yes.
So
Turbo came from Survivor Turkey, but I mean,
we saw the same thing. Kind of, I get the same vibes from Turbo that I do her. Just where it feels like they don't really know how to. I think the language barrier plays a part into it highly, and I think that's why I was really bummed to not see Turbo come back more, because I wanted to see him kind of get more comfortable in that setting and be able to dominate even more, because he's such a beast physically. If he could get just a little bit of like the political side down and the friendships on lock, he'd have more championships than Bananas.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, you can't necessarily fault Berna, because if a person feels a way, then they, that's how they feel. You can't justify it for them. And if she feels hurt and betrayed by Emmy, then she has the right to feel that way. So that's her feelings, though. All right, so time for the club. And in the club, we get an interesting conversation with Amber B. And she is talking, and she's talking with Casey and Josh. And she says, you know what? Like, Jeremiah's my boy, and I want to make sure that I'm able to bring him home. And I was like, this is okay. This is interesting. So she's like, I don't necessarily trust another partner in there with him to be able to pull out a win. So maybe I want to go down there, bring my man home, and send Berna home. Just 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's send me in. And
Put down the Patron. That's what I was thinking. Like, stop drinking. What are you doing?
I mean, if that is the path you want to go down, then you need to be like Jordan. Go down there, you flip every damn card over, and you own it. Even if it comes back and bites you in the ass and you get sent home, do it like a badass and don't waver on it. Like, if you want to go in, then go in and do it.
Don't even say anything. When they get down there, yeah. You just, when you're down there, be like, right here, call me down.
Yeah. Yep, I think you just have to completely own it. And, we saw this in the Challenge All-Stars with Kendall, I feel like, where, Kendall got a little loose-lipped and when she was drinking, and it kind of came back to bite her in the ass a little bit. And, we're going to see this some with Amber. And I think this is also just like, kind of plays in a little bit to where some people are feeling a certain type of way about her. And she makes the comment to Casey, and she's like, I'm here to pay my taxes. Like, I'm here for the money because I got to pay my taxes for my winnings. And Casey's like, okay, Amber, we get it. You're a champion. And I was like, damn, like that really right there shows so much about how they feel about Amber.
Yeah.
And it's probably a little bit of jealousy, obviously. Like Casey's a
Yeah.
super strong competitor, but she has not been able to get that championship. And she felt like it was hers and Fessie's last year if she hadn't hurt her knee. And she is not liking. And I do not think that Amber was trying to like brag in this instance. I think she was making an offhanded comment. And, you know, it's hard when the people that you think are supporting you and have your back are actually kind of rooting against you. And that's
Yeah.
what we're seeing from Amber.
And I hope Amber is not like I'm pretty sure she's still friends with all of them. Which that's what I don't get. Like,
yeah,
if you want to talk shit, like that's fine, but we're not going to let's quit being fake with each other when we get in front of cameras or back in a house. Like, I hate you, you hate me, and we can go on about life that way. It's so much easier if you're just honest.
yeah. I think that that's probably got to be pretty hard for her to think like, oh, hey, we're friends and we've got this, alliance, and then you see this other side of everybody. I don't know, like, and Dawn makes a comment. So the last 2 episodes have made me never want to defend Amber B again. They also showed me Casey's jelly side. And it's one of those things like I in a way I feel bad for Amber, but then I also can see where it's annoying. So it's kind of hard. It's like walking the line of I don't exactly know how I feel about her.
Yeah, and I also think MTV's a little bit to blame. I think if they didn't want all this Amber B coverage, they'd focus on something else in the house. I think MTV's got a little bit to play into this.
Sure. And I mean, especially like in confessionals, they're like, hey, talk about how you're a champion. And, they're wanting to build her, they don't have that face yet. Cara was there, we talked about this last year. Cara was the female face of the challenge. And, she's out maybe forever, kind of indefinitely. So they're searching, I think, for that. Casey, competitor wise, would probably be a good role, but she doesn't have a lot of that personality. And, it's like, oh, where do we go? And I think they're just kind of searching for it. And maybe it's going to be, who knows? Like, maybe it's going to be Amber. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't think that's it, but
I don't think so, because I don't think they would have made her an alternate this season if they were trying to make her the face. Yeah. You said, I think they are desperate.
Yeah, they're desperate. And so, I mean, I think that they're like, trying to hype her up, like, own your win, like, be confident in yourself. And I think we're getting that and seeing that in the confessionals from her. And I do like that. Like, you did what many other people have come on and not been able to do in many years. You can say it was just from CT as her partner, but she still had to complete parts individually and hold her own. So you can't take it away from her. So
yeah, and I really wish Casey, I wish we could see alternate reality. I watched the Marvel What Ifs, and I love that. The different outcome, the butterfly effect. What if Casey hadn't got her knee hurt and Amber B still whooped her ass? How salty would Casey be then? Because Amber was kicking ass in that final.
They were already in the lead.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And Fessy was struggling eating. So I wish it would have been DQ on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, here we go down the rabbit trail. So, I feel like Amber, I don't know where I fall on her.
Yeah. I'm saying I want to like her, but I get highly annoyed with how much she talks about and what she's talking about. Just like everyone says in the episode. Yes. So I get that. Yeah. But then I watched her, I listened to her podcast with Bananas, and she just seems like a really genuine, good person.
Yeah, I think in real life, I would really, really, really love her. And so it's kind of hard. You want to root for her, but then there's just something that, I don't know. All right, so time for nominations, and nominations open up. They have their 20 minutes, and Berna is going to go back in on Emmy again. And just about how she feels betrayed. I'm like, Berna, baby, she is on the agency. Like, everybody knows you're probably going in anyways, but Emmy is not the one to go in on right now.
No. No.
But Vernon cannot let this go.
I loved this. This was probably my favorite deliberation that we've had. Yeah. There were so many epic moments. But Berna, yeah, she should have just been quiet. Like, there's really no reason to talk. We know exactly what's going to happen. You're going in. Like, just give that 20 minutes to the people that really need to talk.
Well, give that 20 minutes to call somebody out that you think you can beat. Like, hey, I know it's me and Huey. We're the ones going in. You're not getting any. So pick somebody else. Like, if you want it to be Amber, and be like, do what Priscilla did, because Priscilla was like, hey, I heard that Amber wanted to go in. Berna, like, that should have been you. You should have been like, look, I know that it's going to be me and Huey. It is what it is. We're the rookie pair, so we already know that we're going in. But Amber, you said that you want to be the one to send me home, and you want to help Jeremiah out. Jeremiah's already said that he's good with going in, so come on, Amber. And I would have called her out.
Yeah, they should have teamed up on her, and Priscilla should have teamed up 100%. Priscilla was the MVP of this deliberation. That was so smooth. It wasn't aggressive.
Right.
She just asked a question. I've been hearing things. I just want to know more. It was so well done.
Yeah, but we do get Amber speaking up, and she's like, on last season, we did it, and Brennan was like, no more stories about last season. No more. And we get a confessional from Amanda, where Amanda's like, I don't like Berna, but she's right. I mean, and we're seeing more feelings. And so I guess that's what I've been missing from the editing until this episode, is exactly the why of why people are so annoyed with Amber. So but yes, we get Priscilla speaking up, and while she's talking, Ashley's like, well, basically, here's the thing. If you win, if you're the two rookies that win the elimination, if you pick the veteran team, then we're going to target you, and we're going to come after you. And Priscilla is like, I don't take too kindly to threats. Yeah. And just the boldness.
Yeah, and I actually think it's coming. Here's my take on it. I think it's coming from a place of fear. Yeah. I think Ashley might feel that when the bets do start coming at each other, that she might be one of the first targets. And I think that might be why she's the one that's like, for the love of God, keep a rookie team.
Yeah, I mean, why? Why? We've been saying it for weeks. Why would the rookies continue to do this to themselves and create rookie teams? Don't do that. That is so stupid.
Do you think it worked on any of the rookies? Depending on who would win, if they went in, did it work on Huey? I don't think it worked on Priscilla.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, would it have worked like on Bettina? Would Bettina have been like, oh, I don't want Ashley to, kick my ass like she tried to do with Berna? You know what I mean? Like, maybe somebody, but Priscilla was not having it. Nope. She's going to be a little badass. Okay. So we get Huey and Berna as the house vote. Shocker. No. Okay. Let's go to the elimination. And I miss the times where the partners disagreed with each other. Like, this also goes back to, there have been many instances where a rookie and veteran have been in the agency together, and the rookie has gone along every single time with calling out two rookies. And I just miss the days where partners did not agree with each other, and they were like, no, like, I don't want to say that person's name. Yep. And just one time, and I don't think that is what, the position that Emmy was in, because I don't feel like Emmy is that close with the rookies. But one time this season, we just needed one rookie to be like, I'm going to say Amber. And for the veteran to be like, okay, well, I'm going to have to give in to them because if I don't, then we may find ourselves down there. And we haven't seen that at all this season. There's literally been no pushback.
Yeah, Bananas just told Huey that this week. He said, if you guys would have just disagreed once, they would have backed down. They would have done whatever you wanted to do because they would have been in fear of themselves having to go down, and self-preservation would have kicked in. So I completely agree. I wish they would have called that bluff once.
Yeah, just one time. And like I said, I don't think that was Emmy's position this week because Emmy's not that closely aligned with them. But, and obviously from the veterans' perspective, like it makes no sense for them to, throw down Amber because why? Why throw down Amber when you can throw down a rookie? But just at one point this season, any of the rookies just oppose your partner.
Didn't Huey have the opportunity early in the season?
I can't even remember.
Yeah. I know they've had the opportunity.
My brain is filled with too much reality television right now. It's just filled with Big Brother and Survivor and The Challenge, and I cannot remember back that many weeks.
And then The Circle, the new season of The Circle.
I haven't even gotten into the new season of The Circle, so it's not filling my brain. I'm going to watch that this week because I'm off work. But yes, I'll be watching The Circle this week. So right now I have no circle circling my brain.
I can't wait to talk to you about it. Fantastic.
All right. So this elimination race to escape, I thought this was kind of fun. We've seen a little bit of a variant of this before. I feel like a couple seasons back, maybe on the first War of the Worlds, we saw this with Josh. And who was his partner at the time? They went up against Ashley, Kane, and Cam, and they ended up winning. And Josh and his partner were eliminated, where they were like on the board and they had to like move the pole up, and they were on their backs, but they were having to work together to move up. And so, I feel like it was kind of similar to that, but I kind of like this, especially when we see partners that haven't been together. Suddenly you're thrust together, and almost every instance the voted in duo has come back.
Yeah, it's really weird that two people that never worked together before can just come out and dominate.
Okay, Dawn says Josh and Amanda. Yeah, I couldn't remember who it was, but yeah, I think that's right. So I thought it was kind of interesting. Basically it's like a telephone pole with pegs, and they have to climb up while they are tied to their partner, and then cut yourselves free and go down the zip line. And this Priscilla and Jeremiah, like they look like they're just like facing the pole, just walking upright. I mean, They fly up this dang thing. And poor Huey, he's got a problem.
Too much junk in the trunk.
Too much junk in the trunk. And he cannot get his ass to not push him off of this pole. And he does. He's got a lot of junk in the trunk. He's got a great booty. And
I think Berna's a little to blame as well. I don't think she was a good partner. I think she was trying to pull him up the pole. Priscilla is counting out like steps, making sure that they're in sync and their weights distributed evenly, because it's going to be making it a lot easier. Yes,
and you can see like the tension like in the rope between Berna and Huey multiple times. They like zoom in on it because Berna is up like 2 pegs higher than Huey, and like that's not going to help your partner.
Yeah, when you're level, you can lean out. When your arms are up here, you're not going to be able to lean out and with a butt that size.
And then the bubble butt, like it's just not going to work. Like the geometry of it does an upright pole, a big butt, and no leverage. Like it's just not going to work. He physically could not go any faster than what he was doing. But yes, we get so many freaking good confessionals during this elimination, and I'm pretty certain we both like the same one, and that is Huey saying, "My butt's too big. This is a disaster. A disaster." Hashtag
not
disaster.
My confessional of the day. It's not. Okay. That's a great one. But it's not. Mine, it's where Emmanuel's being like, please, I know you like your blood. don't make me have to drink your blood. We're best friends.
I
I love
completely missed that. What?
it. Yeah. Yeah, Emmanuel has pretty much threatened anybody that if they take his partner Casey, he is going to drink their blood. It came up twice in this episode, and
Yeah.
I've been questioning this whole time, like, why do I like Emmanuel? Because he's willing to drink people's blood. That's
Yeah. I
my
mean,
kindred spirit.
he's definitely playing into the Romanian Dracula persona there. That is great. I miss that. Holy crap. That's really good. But I personally, and this is where Amanda also had it, where she was like, "We thrive in chaos."
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but I feel like there was a lot of really funny moments during this. But yes, we see Priscilla and Jeremiah get to the top. They struggle for a minute getting their rope cut.
Yeah,
It
I
does make
think
it seem a little bit competitive.
they were just trying to do these like baby little movements like
Yeah.
it was a saw. What the key to that is to go all the way up to the top, put
Mhm.
all your weight on that thing, and rip it all the way down. And
Yeah.
it would probably have taken like 3 or 4.
Yeah. But they managed to get themselves cut out, and woo, they're the winners. I feel like Huey and Berna both had enough of an impact. I mean, I feel like I know that a lot of people have not liked this season very much. But I think that the rookies have been pretty dynamic, and I can see a lot of them getting a call back in the future. But Huey is in my top 3 favorite rookies that we had this season. And so I for sure want to see Huey again. I think he fills a character arc that we need, and he's very, very unique. So freaking
He's got a lot of
entertaining.
heart too. Like he
So much
performed,
heart.
he had some shining moments like performance wise in this season, I think.
Yeah, like he's a pretty decent competitor. He's gold as a like a personality. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of booty, and I hope he's back again.
Yeah, I got to learn a lot about him. I listened to him and Bananas talk this week, and just hearing his life and like how he looked up to reality TV his whole life, and this has been his goal. So I feel like he's finally like been this little caterpillar, and he's finally emerged as a beautiful butterfly. He wants a bigger butt. He actually wants a bigger butt. Then he wants to go back and get another surgery to make it bigger. And this week, fun fact, this week he's actually getting hair transplant this week. So we're gonna see a whole new Huey when we see him return.
I love you, Huey, but I think let's hold off on the bigger butt implants until you are done competing, because this elimination should have proved to you that you don't need any more junk in the trunk. So let's hold off on that until you are retired from competitions, because the more booty you got, the harder it's going to be to get it up places. So all right. Now it is time for Priscilla and Jeremiah to pick their new partners. And Priscilla turns around and drops a bomb. She's like, you know what? I do not appreciate people trying to intimidate us. And there was a specific moment in the deliberation where y'all said if we did not do what you wanted to, then you would come after us. Well, bring it on.
She's like, do you want some of that? You want some of that? You just saw what we can do.
Come on, Priscilla. And we have said it for weeks. Like, Priscilla has had this narrator role that, like, why? Why have they had such an emphasis on her when we've not gotten to see anything from her? And this was the moment, y'all. This is what it's been building up to, because Priscilla's a little badass and we didn't know it.
Yeah. Maybe she could be the new female face of the challenge, because I loved it. And the energy they had, when they won, I was feeling the joy they were feeling. They weren't like aggressive, like in your face to the other team. They were completely respectful, but man, they were living that high. And I did love while she turned around to deliver that like blow to the vets, Jeremiah wasn't looking. It's just turned around like,
no, this is the energy that we like to see on the challenge. Like, come through with it, and way to go, Priscilla. And not only does she decide to go against Queen Ashley's demands, She takes Ashley's partner, which I don't think that Josh is the best partner to steal, but I feel like it's like an exclamation point onto her statement of like, not only am I not going to listen to you, I'm taking your partner too. So it's just like, damn.
Yeah, I don't think that was the move. I think if you are going to swing at the veterans, grab the biggest threat out there, because that way, if you do get voted in as the House vote, you at least have a boss with you.
Yeah, like I would take someone that's a little better of a competitor, but I can't help it. Like I said, it was the exclamation point at the end of her statement to take Ashley's partner in the big scheme of things, except for the fact Ashley lost having a veteran member, as her partner. She got an upgrade because she gets Ed. And I think Ed is a hell of a lot better of a competitor than Josh is. So in terms of that, I think she gets an upgrade. But the fact that Ed is a rookie and now there are no rookie teams, obviously this is going to make Ashley vulnerable. But just, I cannot wait to see the fallout from this, because Ashley is not going to go quietly.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm excited because I think from here on out, we get some real entertainment outside of Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, this is kind of the moment, like, we were waiting for all season with Big Brother. Like, okay, the cookout, they're obviously going to go so deep. Like, we were waiting so much for that final 7, final 8, final 6, whenever they were finally going to have to start turning on each other. And this is the point that we've gotten to in this season of the challenge, where there's no more rookie pairs. So it's time for the claws to come out and to see where things go. And in the, next time on the challenge, it looks like they're also hatching a plan now to go against winners. So like, ooh, winners, you thought that was a good idea sending all those rookies in, but you didn't worry about the snakes in your own alliance. And so CT, Ashley, we're coming for you.
And anything that gets CT some screen time, let's go for it, because he's been really quiet this year.
Yeah, CT's going to get some screen time. I feel like Ashley is definitely the one that needs to be the most worried, especially whenever she made the threat that she's not going to be able to necessarily back up against the rookies. So,
yeah, do you think any of the rookies were low-key, like, in Priscilla's ear, like, do it?
Oh, I'm sure.
Tori seemed super excited when Priscilla was doing it. She was like, jaw was dropped, but she was like happy. You could tell.
Yeah, like I feel like Tori likes the drama, and so I think she was like, "Oh yeah, it's like now it's finally going to get fun. We're really going to get to start seeing some shit happen." Where she's almost like a fan of the show, where she's like, "Oh yeah, she did it," and she has that personality to her. So Jeremiah made the right decision in the veteran he decided to pick and going with Tori, but definitely just Priscilla.
Of course, he made the right choice. It was for him. It was either Casey or Tori, and if he went with Casey, his blood would have been drained. So,
smart move. Manuel was like, "Don't do it. Don't even play me. Don't even try." And I mean, I'm just saying, if I had somebody threaten to drink my blood, I probably would not pick their partner either. Like, Casey's good, but Tori's good too. I'm just going to pick her. Just keep my blood. But you got to watch out for us country folk. And, Ed's a country boy, and he could probably do some crazy stuff too. Just saying. All right. So let's get into our best of the week.
Yes. Confessional of the week. We know mine. Dracula confessional from Emmanuel, where he's threatening to drink blood. And he's sincere about it. He doesn't want him to do it. He doesn't want to drink his blood. He's trying to look out for his home.
I don't know how I missed this. So I'm going to have to take my own and go with #disaster being my favorite one, because that was a great pun.
All right. Our Playmaker Award. I think we're going to agree on this one.
Priscilla, go. You're a bad bitch.
Yep. Love that one. This is the award that I didn't want to add another one, but you said Clown Award. I loved it. So we replaced Biggest Beef with the Clown Award. Who's the Clown Award going to this week for you?
It's going to go to Ashley for me because you made this statement. You threw it all out there on the table. And I mean, we hadn't seen where the rookies had talked about like, oh, hey, we have to pick a veteran team. That is how we get out of this. And so if it wasn't already explicitly said, Ashley put it out there and it came back to bite her in the ass. So she gets the clown award.
My clown award is going to Huey's butt.
Yeah, it clowned him for sure.
So we previously called this the Challenge Beast Award, but I didn't like that name because it reminded me of Big Brother. So Beast Mode Award.
So Beast Mode Cowboy.
Yeah. Oh no! Beast Mode Award. So who do you got? I'm going with Priscilla because she beasted that pole climbing. I think if it wasn't for her, Jeremiah wouldn't have done as well.
I don't know. Like maybe I want to give it to CT because CT was in his element.
On the old, what's it called? Pipe sweeper?
Pipe dream. I think
pipe dream.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I want to play that again. If anybody knows where I can go online and get that game, it's probably like half a megabyte. I don't even know.
Pipe Mania.
Pipe Mania. Love it. Check it out. And if you're looking to go on the challenge, you might want to download this game and practice it.
Yeah, that was such a good game. I miss it too.
And then Rookie of the Week.
Priscilla. By far. Yeah. So Priscilla by far. Dawn says, is Tori actually good though? So, this is kind of up for debate. Like, Tori was so strong on the Dirty 30, and she's kind of like had this slow drop down. And
in Dirty 30, how long were her and Jordan together?
I think it wasn't a thing of, I think she came in with her boyfriend, Derek.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was the, end of the challenge, like running the final when her and Jordan got together. Maybe,
I mean, if she's hanging out with Jordan, she's probably going to be in peak performance shape. If she's hanging out with Anissa, probably not so much.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just not we're not seeing that just complete dominating Tori like I thought that we would have. So I don't know. Like Tori's another one where I did not like her on Are You the One? Kind of loved her first couple seasons on the challenge, and now I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I want to root for you so badly.
I'm in the same boat. Like, her stock is just plummeting lately, and I don't know really why, but I think it is. I think it's maybe we fix the daily challenge where the last place goes in. Maybe it wakes up some of these people that really can compete, but they don't have to.
All right, y'all. Here it is. I promised it. I was able to find it. I Love Trash Television at KMBBT on Twitter says, tell me I'm not the only one who sees why he checks all of Tori's boxes. Manuel is Jordan 2.0. Just saying.
I see it now.
So they definitely have a similar appearance for sure. So anything else about this episode?
No. I just hope that every episode that we see from here on out is just as good as this one, if not better.
Yeah. So props to you, Priscilla, for bringing the fire. That's what we've been waiting for many, many weeks. So you go. All right. Frank, what do you have coming up this week?
It's Saturday, so I have to get through work this week, and then I have Mayhem Manor coming up Friday. So nervous. On the Facebook page for the fans, I did just share. They did the draft. I think I was in the top 20 out of 46 players that are going to be in a house for the game runs from the 8th to the 11th. So how this magnificent production team is going to go through that many players in that short of time, I don't know. I've got a little anxiety thinking about it. I haven't even packed yet either, so that's a little anxiety added on. But if you guys want, there'll be information here. Kylie should keep people up to date on how I'm doing. But yeah, that's all I've got going on. Production for Real Foot, all the casting is closed for that. So if you were wanting to play that, you're gonna have to wait till next year. But they're making their decisions on that, so I'm excited. Hopefully, we get someone from For the Fans to actually make it on Real Foot next season. Would be fun.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, so definitely check out Mayhem Manor because it's like a live reality game, kind of based a little bit on the challenge, and you are going to see past reality stars like Marlon from the challenge, Ronnie from BB11 is going to be on there, so it's going to be really cool to see our boy Frank and our boy DeLucas in there competing and see how they can hold their own against some real reality stars.
DeLucas and I actually ranked higher in the draft than Ronnie from Big Brother.
But who ranked higher, you or DeLucas?
I think DeLucas went the round before me.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but DeLucas, if you guys didn't know this, DeLucas is a live reality game legend. He actually got second place in Mayhem's first season. So the guy's the real deal.
So we're going to be excited to see our boys go at it and see them hold their own against people that do this quite often and see how they can do. Next week, we will be live on Wednesday night, right after the Survivor episode. We have another Survivor guest lined up from a past season. This last week, we had Aaron Meredith from Island of the Idols on with us. I think he was really, really great. Yeah. So if y'all missed that, make sure you go back and check it out. Just able to catch up with him and get his thoughts on the season so far. We're all really enjoying having Survivor back on our screen, so we're excited for that. Thursday, we will have our challenge recap and a Survivor deep dive breaking down the game of the booted castaway. So we will have that on Thursday, and then that's it, y'all. We're going to be focused in on these two shows, and we're always looking to branch out further, but right now that's where we're concentrating. So we're excited for all things Survivor and the challenge. And let's see, if you are watching later, make sure to hit us with a like, drop a comment, share your thoughts on this episode. You can go back, comment on our Survivor videos. Make sure you subscribe to For the Fans so that you get notifications every time we go live. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at RealiTEA, RealiTEA_TK. And, we always drop what we've got going on there. And I think that's about it. Anything else, Frank?
No, that's all I got.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.